Again, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. This is the onboarding session for mentees. We already had a session with the mentors 2 days ago on Tuesday, and this is specific for all of you as mentees. Today we are going to have two presenters. Myself, I'm going to be talking about the program itself, the delivery format, the structure of the program, general, how the program is organized, the different events that we're going to be having, the guest speakers, the graduation requirements as a mentee, and a little bit of orientation regarding the mentoring stations. And then in the second half, Daniel Reyes, who is here, he's the platform administrator, and is gonna be doing walk through the platform to show you how to use the platform, get the best of the platform. And then we're gonna have the last 15 minutes for question and answers. Okay. Okay, so a little bit of background. So Hispanotech is a non-for-profit organization in a network, professional network. As you know, it's 100% led and run by volunteers. And our mission, this is very important statement here, our mission is to help our members to integrate and advance their careers in Canada, okay? Which is in line with what we are doing in the mentorship program and also in other activities throughout the year. The main objective of this program is to assist our members to initiate or advance their careers in the Canadian market or the Canadian environment, right? So I'm using these two terms, in either initiate, because maybe you are just giving the first steps, or maybe you already took the first steps and then you want to advance your careers, okay? So these are the two main aspects of the program. And one way to do this is we pair the mentees one-on-one with experienced professionals, which are the mentors, okay? So the format or delivery format, the program is delivered in a hybrid format, meaning we are going to have, or we are having in-person or hybrid events, but also we have a lot of online or remote events or sessions. And all this is supported by a mentoring tool, mentoring online platform called Mentorship that we are going to show today, and maybe, and hopefully all of you already have access to, okay? How the program is organized or structured. Now we are introducing different elements or resources or tools that we want to use in order to achieve our goals or your goals. We are going to have two in-person events or hybrid events. We already had one last week. That was the opening ceremony or the kickoff ceremony, right? And then we're going to have another in-person event by the end of the program in November 15th. We are going to have the graduation event, which is going to be again in person and also online. In addition to that, we are going to have a midterm event, which is going to be a virtual panel. We are calling this an experts panel, where we are going to have different guest speakers or different guest experts in different areas from different perspectives, HR, technology, career development, personal development, etc. To have like an open conversation from different perspectives. Okay, so these are the three main events. We are going to have also two onboarding session. Again, we already had the onboarding session for mentors, and we are having now the onboarding session for mentees. So you can have more information, more details about the program, but also about the platform that we are using or you will be using. Okay. And also, as I mentioned, one of the main aspects of the program is to have to pair a mentee with a mentor. And we in this process, we or you are going to have at least 10 hours of mentorship with your mentor, one-on-one session, ideally weekly sessions for 10 weeks or more, right? So those are the mentoring sessions. And in addition to that, we are going to have 2 additional complementary working sessions. We are going to be covering different topics that you're going to be working with your mentor. But also we have these additional 2 sessions. So in order for you to either catch up with some topics or maybe to refine the work that you are doing together with your mentor. And we are going to cover in the program 7 different topics that you are going to be working. I'm going to explain in the next slides. 7 topics from self-discovery, strategy and goal setting, personal brand and digital presence, job search and preparation, networking strategy, job application and interview, and getting the job. Those are the 7 topics. And for those topics, on the one hand, we are going to have guest speakers with different people or guests with deep understanding and knowledge of these topics. But also on the other hand, you are going to be working all these topics or these areas with your mentor, okay? So on the one hand, we have the guidance of an expert, but also on the other hand, you're going to have these one-on-one, working sessions with your mentor. This is the general picture or general program, from beginning to end. So we already had the opening and kickoff event again last week on August 17. And then between that and next week, it's what we call week 0. Week 0 is basically the meet and greet, where you have the opportunity or should have the opportunity to meet your mentor, right? So either virtually or in person. So that should happen up to August 17. It could happen after, but we highly encourage and recommend to do it before August 27. After that, we're going to have one block of sessions. The week 1 is the onboarding we are doing right now this week with mentors and mentees. After this week, we are going to cover 3 topics. We are going to cover self-discovery topic, strategy and goal setting, personal brand and digital presence in week 2, week 3, and week 4. And then we're going to have another additional week as an additional complementary work session or follow-up session with your mentor. Okay, that's going to happen between the week of August 28 and the week of September 18. Okay, then we're going to have the midterm event, which is going to be a virtual event. The expert panel is going to be held on September 26th, virtually again. And then after that, we are going to have a second block of sessions or topics between week 6 and week 10. And we are going to cover 4 topics in this block. From job search and preparation, networking strategy, job application and interview, and getting the job. Those are the 4 topics or remaining topics in the second half of the program. And then one additional week again, complementary week or session to refine the work with your mentor as a follow-up or make-up session. That's going to happen between the week of October 2nd and the week of October 30th, right? And at that point, basically, everybody should have completed the program. And 2 weeks later, we are going to be having the closing of the graduation event on November 15th, right? And the reason we are doing this is because we need those 2 weeks to make sure that everyone has completed all the requirements. And for the graduation, we have all the, I would say, the statistic and the numbers to make sure that whoever is graduating is because has completed the program properly. Okay. The events calendar, the slide before was more like the general picture, the general program, or the different moments. This is more like a specific events. We already have the first event already happened. We are in the onboarding week, so the mentors happened on Tuesday, and we're having August 24th today. We're having the onboarding for mentees, and then you can see here the following sessions. You have all the dates, the different dates, and the times for each event or activity. You are going to be receiving soon all the calendar invites for these activities. We are planning to send monthly invites, so you will be receiving the invite for August 29, but also soon you will be receiving all the invites for September, meaning from number 4 to number 6, September 5th, September 12th, and September 26th. You will have it in your calendar as a calendar invite. Okay, so for you to have it in mind. In general, all the sessions are 1 hour long, except for the midterm, which is going to take around 2 hours because it's a panel with different guest speakers. Okay. Just few comments. These are the 3 main events. The opening, we already mentioned that. The midterm, I already explained a little bit about the midterm event, which is going to be an experts panel on September 26th. And then the closing and graduation event on November 15th. Okay, in person or hybrid. The first block of sessions, again, we are going to be covering the onboarding process, and then we're going to cover 3 topics: self-discovery, strategy and goal setting, brand, and digital presence. So basically, there is basically a concept behind this. And the first block of sessions, we are trying to cover the inner side of the person, or the internal side of the person. We want you all to understand who you are, who you want to be, where you want to go, to define your goals, your vision, and then from there to start defining your strategy, to define your priorities, to define your goals, short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals using the SMART framework. And then from there, once you are getting some clarity in this inside-out process, then you will be able to have more clarity around what brand or digital presence you want to build intentionally and on internet. Okay. And we are calling this personal brand and digital presence because we are going to cover LinkedIn as a main professional networking platform. But also we want to talk about in general, nowadays, personal brand and digital presence is very important, and it goes beyond LinkedIn, because during the recruitment process, one company or in general, any person could, look for you in internet, and it's not going to look only in your LinkedIn profile. It's going to look for everything about you in internet. Okay. So you need to basically to intentionally build this process, and that process is going to build again from inside to the outside. Okay, so in this first block, after this first block, you should have clarity about who you are, who you want to be, where you want to go, and what brand or personal brand or digital presence you want to build around that. That's going to be your brand moving forward. Okay, the second block of sessions is more like is more looking at the external side of the process. Basically, once you have your clarity and you know what you have to offer, what your personal inventory is, etc. Or referring to the game card, basically you already know your cards, you know your strategy, and now you start putting some action. So, but in this process, in this second block of topics, we are going to start with the job search and preparation. Basically, one of the first thing you need to do is try to understand the different job profiles that are out there, the different type of company, different type of cultures, environment, etc. From there, to understand what do you want, where do you want to be, right? So, what type of job you are looking for, what type of company you're looking for, what type of culture you are looking for. You need to have that clarity, and then from there, you are going to build resume strategy, meaning you are going to have a uh, master version of your resume, and also you're going to start building some different version of your resume according to different profiles that you want to build. Meaning they are similar, but they are going to target probably a slightly different job profile that you are, basically looking for. And that also include cover letters in getting ready for the application. The second topic is networking strategy. Again, once you have more and more clarity now that you know not only internally what you want to be, where you want to go, and what type of company you're looking for, and you have more clarity inside and out. And now you have more clarity about what type of network you want to build, intentionally build, and the different circles that you want to build around this. So you need to have a strategy for this. It's not like networking by networking. It's because you want to build a meaningful network according to your plan, to your vision, to your preferences, in the short term, mid-term, and long term, in line with your plan. The other topic is job application and interview. Basically, you are getting ready to for the application, and then you start applying to jobs. But before doing that, you need to understand the recruitment process. One of the things that we are going to mention is in what I call, you need to hack the system, right? Before you get to a person in the application process, you need to understand, the automated process of the automated, portion of the recruitment process. And then once you have an understanding of this, and then you start applying until you get the interview and you get ready for the interview. And the last topic is what we call getting the job is, okay, now that you have gone through all these steps and you have been applying and hopefully you are getting the interviews and eventually you will be landing a job offer. At that point, you are going to celebrate, but at the same time, you need to be ready to negotiate the deal because you get the offer, and at that point you need to have clarity on what you should negotiate at that point. It's not only about salary, but the compensation and in general, what type of insurance you're getting, how many weeks of vacation, etc., etc. You need to know certain details, but at least the minimum that you need to get, right? And how to negotiate the process. And for that, again, for each of these topics, we're gonna have a guest speaker with good and deep understanding of or experience around these topics. Okay, and hopefully by then we are gonna be celebrating. Not necessarily mean that you are getting the job at that point, but at least I will say you are gonna be more prepared, not only for applying, but for the interview process and also for negotiate the deal. Okay, so as I already mentioned, we're gonna have some guest speakers. These are only 8 of them. Probably we are going to have up to 10 guest speakers. You can review these speakers' LinkedIn profiles, and you're going to see that they are really experienced people around these different topics that we are mentioning already. Okay, so a couple of more things: graduation requirements. And these are the basic graduation requirements, or the general graduation requirements. You need to complete the onboarding process, basically what we are doing right now. You need to attend at least 75% of the planned events and sessions, meaning at least 8 sessions, planned sessions, and events, to complete at least 10 hours of work and direct interaction with your mentor. And your mentor is going to be tracking those hours, and also we are going to be tracking the progress through the platform as well. You need to complete the midterm and final surveys, and finally, by the end of the program, you need to get the recommendation from your mentor to graduate. So on the one hand, you are doing the work, but also the mentor needs to give the recommendation, the final recommendation. And for those, completing the program with outstanding results, upon recommendation of the mentor or your mentor, you could receive a digital badge, which is, let's say, some sort of recognition, being by having completed the program with outstanding results. Okay. Regarding the mentoring sessions and the communication with your mentor, we are recommending to have at least 1 hour weekly one-on-one session between the mentor and the mentee. Could be more, but that's the minimum that we are recommending. The mentor session can be held in person or virtually. For virtual sessions, Mentorship offers its own meeting tool, but also allows any other tool. Could be a Google Meets, could be any other platform. And as long as you have a link, you can use it in Mentorship. And also, we are recommending, and probably most of the sessions are going to be virtual, but we are recommending to have at least one session in person. That's our recommendation. This in-person meeting or meetings can be held in public or study work environments. Could be a coffee shop, a library, could be inside the university. There are different facilities there, etc. And when it comes to communication with your mentor, this is going to be decided between you and your mentor in mutual agreement. Either you are going to be in communication by email, by phone, by LinkedIn, etc. I just want to mention that Mentorship offers also a mean for communications. You can chat with your mentor through Mentorship, but also you can use other means to communicate or to coordinate, the session, the work with your mentor. Okay. And that's all from me. And I'm going to pass it over to Daniel Reyes, who is going to explain the platform Mentorship. And by the end of the session, we are going to have some space and time for question and answers. Okay. Thank you very much. Daniel?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Okay.
Yes.
Hello, Anton.
Give me 1 second. Okay, now. So for today is a quick revision to Mentorship platform. You have the same design in your app. So in here, the most important part is the home section. In here, you have different information. So you have your page, so mentor and mentee, announcement. In sometime mentorship teams send different information for this platform. So you need check in this section announcement, because you can receive the link or a document or any news for the next event. So all the time you need check this section in the platform. Other important point is you can check your meeting and the next meeting or the past meeting. In here is the next meeting. In here now I don't have nothing because I don't have a meeting. After this section, this information changed for this meeting. So this is the home page. This dashboard, you have this information. You can check the program info, Mentorship 2023. So the next section is Mentor. In Mentor, you have all information for your program. You click here, so you can check. So your mentor, in my case, is my name, is a test. So you have different sections. Give me 1 second. You can check all description in the all program for Mentorship 2022. You can check the all description for this meeting. You can take a note. You can check your information here. You have link. Now we have a problem with the EOS system. Doesn't work the different link, but it's not problem because you can check in the Hispanotech website. So no worries for that if you take a EOS system. So in here you can check the all information for the meeting. So you come back here and check. You can see all program here with the different section. You have extra section for different event, or if you need more time with your mentor, you can use this extra section. So yeah. In this section, Mentee is your information. You have all meeting, the next meeting or past meeting. This section is for form. For now, don't have any form. And my info. Okay, your name, your last name. Okay, so now the other important point here is take a meeting. Add a section for your schedule. So you need click here. So you can check the free time for your mentor. For example, in this case, my mentor have this time for this day. The next day, you have other schedule. And the next day, you have other schedule. So what is the most important point here is you need to select what is the meeting for this day. For example, today, for this section, I need to add my section. So, okay. So now I have a new meeting for onboarding. I can update. So now I have 2 meetings in my schedule, okay? One more because it's the most important part of this review. So you check. For example, now I need this section. and take, for example, this day. And schedule meeting. So now I have other section for my program. Okay. In general, this platform is really friendly. So if you have any question, now is the moment for this question. You have other section here is referring to support, is different documentation for this platform. If you have any issue or any problem with the platform, you can check this documentation in here, in support. So the last part for this review is if you need contact with your mentor, you have different possibility, cell phone, email, but in the platform you have a DM. You can see the message for your mentor. So your mentor receive the message and receive the email. So you have two possibilities for contact your mentor, in DM and email. Okay, this email is automatically from Mentorship, so doesn't work for that. Sorry, don't worry for that. For me, is all. You have any question?
Sorry, Daniel, maybe one comment here is when you guys are setting up the meetings with your mentor, there are different ways to do it. One is, of course, you come here and you check, your mentor's availability, and then you set up a meeting, right? That's one option. The other option is always, I recommend, and this is a general recommendation, be in communication, in coordination with your mentor, meaning either, it's text message through LinkedIn, to the LinkedIn application, or maybe a phone call, or maybe an email saying, hey, are we going to be meeting, I don't know, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. or every Thursday at 6 p.m. So coordination is key. So once you have that communication with your mentor, then you can come here and finalize the setup of the session. The same for the mentor.
Oh, other point, my recommendation is, for me, it's better option Jitsi, but you have other possibility, Zoom, but you need add your credentials. So depends of you, it's your decision, but for me, it's better Jitsi because you have a directly connection with Mentorship. So you don't need a credential or login or sign in Zoom. With Jitsi is directly.
Yeah, and that's another the other thing that we were mentioning. You can use, I mean, it's open to, or we are open to use any platform or application, even, maybe one time even could be a meeting using simply WhatsApp, for example. But it's also important to track the session in Mentornity. Because if you are having, let's say, phone calls or maybe session through other, communication applications like WhatsApp outside of Mentornity, if we don't track those hours or those sessions in Mentornity, so what's going to happen is once we run the reports, what we are going to see is, even though you already had like 20 hours with your mentor, and we come here to Mentornity, what we're going to see is that you haven't completed the sessions, right? So it's very important, regardless of the platform that you are using to communicate and to have the session with your mentor, to track and to keep the record of the sessions here in Mentornity. I see a few questions here. Relevant to this to this point is one of the person, Linda, is saying, in my case, I cannot see the availability of my mentor. That is because your mentor hasn't set up his or her availability.
Your mentor need add your free time, so you need to wait for that, because you don't have possibility to take the session if your mentor don't have a free time in the platform.
Exactly.
Nestor, a quick question about the mentor. You said they will start, so the last time to have news from our mentor will be the 27th, you said, yes, of August? Because I didn't have any contact with my mentor yet.
Yeah, that's second, please. That's only a recommendation. And I'm gonna explain the reason behind that recommendation is starting next week, basically on Tuesday. Tuesday. I'll see the calendar here. Okay, on Tuesday, 29.
Okay.
We are going to have our first topic, right? The first topic is self-discovery.
Self-discovery.
Gonna be on the 29th. So at that point, you want your mentor to be involved because ideally he needs to attend the session. I mean, the mentor and the mentee need to attend the session. And then after that, to start the process, right? So that's why we are recommending, up to this week to meet and greet.
Okay, so in case the mentor doesn't communicate with us, what do? We message the coordinator, yes? I already told her.
Yeah. So you try your best to communicate with your mentor. If you don't receive any type of communication back, please let us know immediately.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Yeah, if you have any issue or problem with the platform, you can send an email to mentorship@hispanotech.ca for any question, issue, or problem with your credential or session. Send an email for mentorship@hispanotech.ca. So this is the official email. I check one question. Iris, Iris, I need check your case.
Oh yes, please.
Yeah.
I actually sent an email to the.
You can send the email for his mentorship@hispanotech.ca with your information. If you have a couple number, good.
Okay.
Check your spam, but send an email for this address. I will be check your case.
Thank you very much.
No, a pleasure. Yeah, Rafael.
Okay, let's see. Hey, Daniel. Hey, hello, everybody. Rafael, I want to ask you, do we have any section to make some comments, or, for example, to share with with, well, with the rest of the team, or I don't know how to say it, with the rest of us, some of the advices of our mentors? I don't know if we
Yeah,
have a common area, because when you was showing us the platform, I didn't see it. Thank you. That was my question.
yeah. I'm not sure about the platform. I don't think the platform is more like a communication directly with your mentor, between mentors and mentees. But remember, and this is also a reminder, by the way, to join the LinkedIn group. One of the ideas of the LinkedIn group is that, on the one hand, is it's an opportunity for you guys to connect with each other, with different mentors, with different mentees, but also it's an open space to share ideas, to share, even useful links, information, or even advices from different mentors. That's a perfect space to do it.
Thank you.
And by the way, that's another reminder. So if you don't see your mentor in that LinkedIn group, please let us know. We are tracking everything right now. We are tracking the LinkedIn group. We are tracking Mentornity. We are tracking the attendance to the different events and activities. But also feel free to let us know if, for example, your mentor is not showing up, or your mentor is not available, or is not even in this LinkedIn group, so we can follow up, or we can try to reach out to that person. Sometimes, because not necessarily because the person doesn't want to, is because maybe, I don't know, different things could be happening, issues with the email, and etc. But so we want to address any issue, any communication issues, very well in advance.
Rodrigo? Yeah, Rodrigo?
Yes, hi, good evening. Yeah,
Good evening.
I think I might have missed the part where we can set up the meetings with the mentor. Can you show us this again, please?
Sorry, you need that?
How to set up a
Yeah,
meeting with the mentor?
with the mentor.
How to set up with the mentor on my lecture?
No, I don't know. Let's say self-discovery, for
Uh,
example. You have it there, self-discovery. Maybe how
yeah,
to schedule that session.
I'm not sure. Give me 1 second, because it's manually use. Don't have this option, because you need check the you need check the schedule from by your mentor. So I'm not sure that is possible.
No, but that's
Yes,
Daniel, that's a question.
where can I see the schedule, my mentor's
Yeah.
schedule? I might have missed that part. Sorry about that.
It's basically what you showed. He wants to see it again.
That's right.
Oh, okay. For example, that is,
Okay,
yeah. And
perfect.
you need confirm here a schedule meeting, and this is okay. Now it's add. that come back automatically from home.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And again, one common question that we normally have is, who sets up the meeting? Is it the
Yeah.
mentor or is it the mentee? Or who starts the communication? Who starts the coordination? I would say it's any. It could be the mentor, it could be you. My recommendation is being proactive all the time. Sometimes the mentor is going to do it. Sometimes it's gonna be you. So be proactive, and if you reach out to your mentor, try to connect with him or her, try to set up the meetings, etc., to exchange contact information, etc. So it could be any, again, mentor or mentee. But my recommendation is you as a mentee, be proactive.
Rafael, yeah.
You are on mute.
You're
Rafael.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Okay. Sadly, I am far away. I am in Winnipeg, so probably I will not have the opportunity to meet anybody in, well, face to face. Not soon, at least.
Yeah.
I would like to know, is there any way to contact with other mentors? My mentor, she looks amazing, by the way. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to say I don't like to work with her. I'm very happy with her, but I would like to, well, to have some talks with other mentors. Probably you will. The answer is that's why we have the group in LinkedIn. But I would like to know if there is another option to have a, well, to meet them here or online or in another digital reunion or something. Yes.
Yeah, that's always an option, right? Not only to meet other mentors, but also to meet other mentees, to have a conversation. But it will depend on the person's availability, right? So the person has time. Yeah, you can have coffee chat, but it's more
From
like an optional. Yeah, go ahead.
okay, but from here, from the Hispanotech platform, the mentoring platform, we don't have any option to contact them or to request
No.
maybe a reunion or something. We don't have that option, right?
the main idea for Mentornity platform is contact a mentor and mentee for the
Okay, not other one.
yeah,
One on
yeah.
one.
One-on-one. Yeah.
I have to ask. Thank you.
Yeah, no.
That's fine. It's a good question.
Alright.
Okay, let's see if we have more questions. No problem.
Yeah, I have one question here. It's Rodrigo again. Yeah, I think what Rafael wants to ask you is if you're going to have the opportunity to network with the other mentors and the mentees as well. We just have basically two in-person events in this program, the first one and the one at the end of the program. And I don't know, maybe you can make available a list with all the names and LinkedIn profiles of mentees and mentors. I don't know. It's just a suggestion. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Again, so the one of the main objectives is to grow your network, basically to meet other people, either mentors or mentees, and that's why we have the LinkedIn group. In the LinkedIn group, you can see all the mentors, all the mentees. We would like to have more networking events, but that also has some challenges. That's why we only have two, but that's also the reason for having the LinkedIn group, so you can reach out to other mentors and mentees, and feel free to do probably. And I'm pretty
Thank you.
sure, again, regarding the same question, I'm pretty sure that one thing I can tell, if you guys are here and also the mentors are there is because they want to, you know, to help and to contribute. So feel free to reach out to them. And
Thank
also
you,
to us
Nestor.
as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's another question here from Ronald Figueroa. Are we going to have access to the presentation? And are they going to be available at the platform? Yes, the answer is yes. You will have access to the recording of the sessions. You are going to have access to the presentations in each session. So basically all the material is going to be available. So once it's available, we are going to be sending an email with that information as well. Antonio is asking, can we use other communication platform like email, Outlook, etc.? If we use other tools, do we need to replicate the information here at Mentornity?
Yeah, I did. I think you already answered that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you. I think it's clear for me. Just to check if we use other platforms, do we need to record the same or replicate information on Internet? But yeah, it's clear. I think so.
Exactly. Just to clarify a little bit, again, let's say you have a session using, you know, WhatsApp. You have 1 hour session in WhatsApp. It's very important that after that session, you come to Mentornity or your mentor comes to Mentornity, and he needs to what I call formalize the session in Mentornity. By formalizing, I mean you need to define the date and time that you completed that session for that topic. It's very important, regardless of the actual tool or communication tool or mean that you were using. There's another question, Nestor. Can we add you on LinkedIn? Of course. Part of the networking process is not only between mentors and mentees, also we all, I mean, the mentorship team, but also, the whole Hispanotech community. It's always open to you know, to network with others, and we are always trying to help. Okay, so please do it.
Oh, I check other question is in what case use mark as done. For example, if you have a meeting with your mentor in Tim Horton or Starbucks, you don't need the schedule, so you can mark as done.
But even though you have an in-person session, one recommendation I would like to make is try to record, how to say, try to log the time. For example, if you went to Tim Hortons or you went to Starbucks and then you have a session there, but and the session was 2 hour session, then you come to Mentornity or your mentor comes to Mentornity and please log the 2 hours to make sure that we are tracking the time as well. Remember, one of the requirements is to have at least 10 hours of in total of mentoring sessions. Sandra, please go ahead.
Sorry, I don't understand. If I've met my mentor, well, the first session I did it, how can I update it in the system, or only my mentor is a person who can update it?
I believe it's only the mentor. Daniel, can you explain that? I think it's only the mentor that can make it or mark it as done, or is also the mentee?
I'm not sure because don't use never. Maybe only mentor.
I think it's only the mentor.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I can check now.
I think the mentee can mark it as done as well for all
Yeah.
schedule meetings, there is a link marked as done. At least for me, it's available. I'm a mentee, and I think it's available for all the mentees as well.
I can see it. That's why I'm asking, because I just have the update, or didn't it take place?
Yeah.
No, it's available for mentee and mentor.
Yeah, just use it carefully, please. Because we don't want to mark one session as completed if you haven't done it. And remember, not only because we are tracking the sessions at the time, but also because at the end of the program, the mentor also is going to evaluate your you know the holistically or comprehensively, meaning not only to have completed all the session, but also the way you are using and acting, right? So please use it carefully. So what I mean is, if you really completed the session, you had an in-person, and again, please do it in coordination with your mentor and ask your mentor, hey, can I mark the session as completed because we already had the session in person? Yes, please do so, and then you do it. Okay. Let's see. Should we follow that's a good question. Should we follow the topics shown in the presentation for our session with our mentors? Ideally, yes. Ideally, yes, because as I mentioned, this is an inside out process. The first block of session is about like a self-assessment to better understand you, to understand your goals, your vision, etc. Probably you can between the first block, maybe you can change the order. Maybe I'm not sure that's gonna work out, but you cannot do something from the second block before the first block, because the idea of the first block of topics is to have clarity, clarity on what you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to achieve, what you have to offer, your personal inventory coming from your self-assessment, also your personal thought, basically your strengths, weaknesses, etc. It's a whole process of an internal evaluation along with your environment, and then from then you start, putting some action aligned with the initial block, with the first block, right? So if you switch the sessions or you change the order, what could happen is what you are doing is not necessarily aligned with your actual goals, your vision, or what you want. That's gonna be a problem at some point. But again, it's your mentor who is going to decide the best way to approach it. Yes, Fariba, please.
Yes, thank you for the session. So in the end, you mean we should stick to the plan that is written, like follow it step by step because it's decided.
Ideally, yes. And the other reason for that is because, remember, we are going to have a guest speaker for every topic. So we are going to follow the sequence or the order. So for every topic, we will have an guest speaker talking about the topic, and then we are going to have more inputs or insights on the topic, and then we can proceed, after that. So that's why it's ideal to follow that plan.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so it's 7:03. Maybe we have time for one more question. We are almost wrapping up the session. By the way, we are taking notes and tracking all the questions, and If we are not able to answer all of the questions, we are gonna send an email with a document with all the answers for the questions. Okay. Any other question? Please. Nope. Okay, so that's a good sign. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Daniel, also for the guidance. Okay, so the team is asking for a group picture. Do we have a group picture already? Another one? Okay. We're ready. So is the picture done? Yes. Okay. So we have the picture, the group picture. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. I wish you all the best in this journey and talk to you soon. Thank you.